Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we're going to learn how to play the right hand part for the B section of Schumann's The Wild Horseman, which is his Opus 68, number 8. Let's check out the score to get started. It's time for some chord analysis. I'd like you to first figure out what is the name of this chord. If you said F major, you're correct. How did I know that's an F major chord? Well, we've got a C on the bottom, F, A, and if I see that fourth, that tells me I've got an inversion. I can put the C on top, and that shows me, F major chord. Then I have another F major triad, and then more F major. We're just leaving off the C this time. Why is that? Well, the left hand is playing a C, and Schumann knew that the right hand would be getting in the way of the left hand, and so Schumann left off the C for these three chords there. Now, it's no big surprise that Schumann is using an F major triad here, because what is the left hand doing? Remember, we saw last time that the left hand was also just going through an F major arpeggio through measures 9 and 10. Now, let's check out the rhythm for the right hand part. Can you tap it with me while we count each beat? Remember, since we are in 6/8 meter, eighth notes equal one beat. That bottom number of a time signature tells you what kind of note equals one beat. So an eighth note equals one beat, and eighth rest will also get a beat. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quarter notes now get two beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tap it with me. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now pause the video and try to play measures 9 and 10 right hand alone using the correct fingering. Notice you've got to shift your hand here. Fingers 1 and 3. Your finger 1 was on middle C here, but you're going to shift up and that will get you ready for the next line. So follow the fingering, follow the notes while you count the beat out loud. Play the right hand part alone on your own, then press play and we'll look at it together. Let's check out measures 9 and 10. The right hand is right here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have to shift fingers 1 and 3 up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try that together. I'll count 6 beats to get us ready, and then we'll start right here at the beginning of measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause if you need more practice with that. Otherwise, let's go on. What do you see here in measure 12? What kind of chord? Can you tell me its name? If you said C major first inversion, you're correct. This is a C major first inversion chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now your turn. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try it together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what chord do you see here on the downbeat of measure 13? This is an F major triad. Is it root position, first inversion, or second inversion? If you said root position, you're correct. This is root position. Now you try. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your turn. Now pause the video and on your own work from measure 9 all the way to measure 13. And I'd like you to count the beat out loud as you play to work on the rhythm as well as the notes. Play measures 9 through 13 while counting the beat, right hand part, and then press play to go on. Now let's take a look at measure 13 hands together. We just learned the right hand part here is, and notice how you have to shift your finger 1 down to this E to get this last chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on 5, make sure you lift up for that 8th rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the left hand doing here? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to leave off the pickup note, which brings us into the next measure. Then hands together, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll stop there on beat 5. Now, this is what I call a challenge zone. A challenge zone is a really tricky spot that is a challenge, but if you conquer the challenge, you can make a challenge zone an easy spot. You just have to do it enough times. I find that this is really tricky at first, but eventually if you do it 20, 30, 40 times, you're going to get really, really good at it. So I'd like you to pause the video and work the right hand alone, the left hand alone, and then in slow motion, play this. I'd like you to do it 10 times, which is going to kind of drive you crazy. But hey, I promise if you'll really attack and work hard on these challenge zones, you're going to be able to play it amazingly well. Pause to do that 10 times and then press play to go on. Now let's go back to the pickup to measure 9 and look at the rest hands together. We have Now I'm going to give you a choice. You can pause now to work on some of that or all of that hands together, or if you'd like to save that for later in the week, that's fine too. It's up to you. If you're ready to keep going, let's look at the next phrase, hands together. And this I would also call a challenge zone here in measure 17. So let's look at it. What is the right hand doing now? We have this F major, second inversion chord, so try playing that, and it's staccato. And then what? What interval do you see here on beat 3? If you said a fifth, you're correct. So we have C and G. And since we already used finger 5 on the A, I'm going to use finger 4. And that's what the score is telling us as well. 1, 4. And then finger 3 is left over to do that F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice this first chord is staccato, rest, staccato, and then not staccato on that last 8th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you try. Good. Now let's review what the left hand does there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your turn. Good. Then hands together, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'd like you to pause the video and let's do this one 5 times. Or if you want to go the extra mile, you can do it 10 times. I'll let you make the choice. Pause to work on measure 17. Do right hand alone, left hand alone, then hands together 5 or 10 times, then press play to go on. Now let's talk about voicing in the B section. Which hand has the melody in the B section? It's the left hand. That means we want to voice the left hand, which means we're going to let it sing out louder than the right hand. I might play the chords more of a mezzo forte, so it's 1 notch lower than my left hand. I might make my left hand forte or even think fortissimo. I'm going to play it quite loud. So it can be heard over the chords in the right hand. The trick is listening as you play to make sure your chords are not overpowering the melody. One way to do that, as I've told you in the past, is to overdo it. Try to make the right hand pianissimo. Or you could even just touch the keys one time. See how I was just pretending to play the chords? And that trains my hands to do two different things. My left hand is playing very loudly. My right hand is just touching the keys, but not actually playing. And then you can do it more normal. But you'll notice that allows us to enjoy the melody, and the right hand chords won't overpower. For practicing this week, I would recommend doing some right hand alone while you count the beat. Or for help keeping track of the beat, you can use metronome. I'll try it at 1:16 today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can practice the right hand alone like that. Make sure your left hand alone is confident, your right hand alone is confident, and then you can try it hands together at super slow motion at first, like maybe turn it all the way down to 88. That might feel kind of slow, but you want to go slow enough that you can figure out how to put the two hands together and still keep a steady beat. At first, it might be best to not use the metronome at all. Just kind of let your hands get the hang of it. But once you're starting to feel confident, use the metronome to keep your beat steady, and then you can do the metronome challenge, which is to gradually speed it up only once you can play it with no missed notes and no pauses, all the fingerings correct. Now pause the video and I challenge you to work on any section in this B section of your choice and try and do a little bit of it hands together. You don't have to master the whole thing today hands together. Just try a little bit, even just one measure, and you'll figure out the rest later this week on your own. Now, can you find the pickup to measure 18? Point to it. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. This box is actually applying to this measure because this is not a complete measure, it's the pickup. We only had 5 beats here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beat 6 is the pickup to the next measure. And it's placed down here instead of up here because this pickup note is actually part of this next phrase. Now, from here to the end of the piece, I'd like you to pause the video and see what you notice. Is this the same or different as a section we've seen before? And if it is the same, is it exactly the same? Or are there 1 or 2 notes that are different? Figure it out on your own, then press play and we'll talk about it together. If you analyzed from the pickup of measure 18 to the end, you will see every note is exactly the same as the first section of the piece. So now we're ready to identify the form. The entire piece starts with an A section that repeats, and that's the main theme. Okay, that's our A section. Then we had a B section where the left hand takes the melody. And then what happens, we go back, starting at the pickup to measure 18, to another A section. A, which repeats, B, A. This can be called ternary form. 3 major sections, an A section, a B section, and then we return to the A section. That makes ternary form. So the good news, since this A section is exactly the same as the A section before, we've now learned the entire piece. You know the right hand part, the left hand part of the B section, and you're ready to start working on it hands together. Like we said before, there are certain challenge zones. And a challenge zone is a tricky spot that you probably want to play 10 times every day, no missed notes. And so I like to draw boxes around my challenge zones. These are the places I've found I need to practice extra, conquer that challenge so that these places feel easy. At first, they may feel like the hardest section of the song, but if you practice them enough, they'll actually feel easy. It just takes enough repetition. So I encourage you again to do each challenge zone 10 times every day, no missed notes. If you miss a note, do it again. Doesn't count towards your 10. You want to practice it correctly. Remember, if you practice a mistake over and over again, you become an expert at the mistake. You want to become an expert at the correct notes. That's why you want to do 10 times no missed notes. If you're struggling to do it with no missed notes, slow it down. Try right hand alone, try left hand alone, go super slow motion, and put it hands together. Slow it down, do it hands alone until you master it. I've also found that the B section feels a little harder to me than the A section. So I like to practice my B section many, many times first before I practice the A section. And that will help me master this trickier spot because the left hand's playing the melody. And then when I put the whole thing together, I'm a lot more confident. So one way you might practice every day is do your challenge zones first, then practice the B section maybe 4 or 5 times, and then try the entire piece. Great work today learning how to play the B section of the Wild Horseman hands together. Happy practicing and see you at our next lesson. That was hard and smelly. Nice fresh mountain air. Breathe it in. Okay, ready for my strength test, Master. No problemo. Whoa! Did you see that? Hey, feel these biceps. All right, what's next? Throwing? All right, what do I get to throw? Ninja stars? Sharp knives? Bananas? Great. I'm supposed to throw bananas at a shark? And this is supposed to help me how? You get lots of throwing practice. I get a nutritious snack. Win-win. All right. Monkey's been a good master this far. Don't worry, I won't make it easy for you. Oh, you won't? Okay. Bring it. Up here. Yeah. 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 Oh, I'm out of bananas. No problem. I can help with that. You can? How? True animal fact. Some species of sharks can literally flip their stomachs inside out in order to empty it. Huh? Observe. Ew, that was awesome. Let's do it again. Right here. Yeah. 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 Yeah.